My name is Nicolas. I'm a sophomore studying philosophy and Arabic, and I'm very pleased to be here, so thank you for having me. I want to give you just kind of a personal feel for who I am and why I'm here. Last year I ran for Senate, and I missed it. And, I committed after that to staying a little bit more tangential in terms of ASUC issues. But a few weeks ago, I saw that there was a very open race where a few executive candidates were running unopposed for very high offices, very consequential positions. And I thought to myself, 24 hours before the deadline, is this right? And I think it's very clear that a competition of ideas is important, foundationally. It's important to have different opinions and different people talking and having a discourse about the issues that face our campus. It's especially important, and I will be very clear, when one of the candidates is exceedingly polarizing or controversial, for better or for worse. So I stand here today as a candidate running independent who's committed above all to being pragmatic and moderate. I see, and I think we see, a culture within the ASUC that's passionate, yes, but ineffective also. And I think a lot of that stems from the divisiveness and the polarization that we see in the campaigning and in the politics. And I stand against that. So I'm here, I have some very good ideas, and I'm committed to representing all students on campus, regardless of their affiliation and regardless of their ideology. And that's why I'm here.
Thank you very much. First question, how have you been involved in the Jewish community at Cal? How will that involvement inform your work in representing our community in office?
So my involvement with the Jewish community at Cal has mostly been through my friendships and my relationships. I have some very close friends in AEPI, and I've found some very close connections with the issues as well. So I'm not the guy that's at Hillel every week, and I'm not, I'm not that guy, but I've grown to know the cause, and I've grown to care about specifically the issues that face the Jewish community. Frankly, most of you know where I stand on the issues, on divestment. I was with you all the way through before any political anything ever came up. But to answer your question, I have a lot of friends in your community, and I'm committed to serving your interests, but also the interests of all communities on campus. And I will fervently, support discourse that's done in good faith, respectfully, and any hate speech and polarization will not be okay in my office or in the ASUC if I'm there. So that's where I stand.
Thank you. What is one of your personal values, and how do you see this value relate to the Jewish community in general?
So, I really value relationships, and I guess I want to say that, I believe in a tightly knit community at Cal. I came here, and it's one of the things that was a little bit disappointing for me. There are so many passionate groups and passionate people on campus, but there isn't much cohesiveness. There isn't a lot of unity. And often, as your community is very aware, this turns into something that's not just ineffective, but it's actually destructive. And I guess my value is uniting students. I believe in bringing opinions together and bringing people together to focus in good faith in working out our problems and finding real solutions. And I hate to be too vague, but more in line with maybe a core value. I believe in tradition. I believe in, keeping tradition alive. I believe in family values. And I think a lot of what I see in your community is exactly what we can all benefit from. I see a tight, cohesive group of people that band together and find solace in knowing that regardless of how big the Berkeley community is, you always have each other. Well, I'd like our campus to be more like that.
As EAVP, you are the sole representative of the Berkeley student body to the UCSA, the governing body that takes external stances on behalf of all UC students. Last year, the EAVP blindsided the Jewish community during our highest holidays between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur with a divestment bill, with a divestment resolution at the UCSA without first consulting the Jewish community and our leadership. How do you ensure that the Jewish community is appropriately represented in conversations at the UC level on issues pertaining to our community?
Well, let it be known that I find this egregious, and I'm not just saying that. I think that issues that are community-centered especially should be brought to those communities. Just, if you think about it reasonably, what's the sense in making a fuss about an issue that you haven't consulted the relevant parties about before? We can work toward, if the goal is really to find solutions and find valuable discourse, this wouldn't have been done in this way. If we're really committed to hearing each other out and working together, I think we can all agree that the best thing to do is to consult relevant communities before we create ginormous, poisonous arguments out of them. So, to be clear, this is not how I would do things. But I want to speak on divestment because I think it's very important. I've been firmly in support of, been against the divestment debate, been with you all the way through. And any bill that, jeopardizes especially the safety of a community or makes a community feel outcasted or unwelcome is unacceptable. And I want to create a culture of camaraderie and good faith discourse.
And finally, what do you think is the biggest issue currently facing the Jewish community, and how do you plan to address this issue as an executive?
So campus climate is where I'm going to speak here. It's no secret. We just saw the survey that came out. It was, to put it lightly, less than satisfactory. This community has experienced it directly, whether it be through hate speech or through just unwelcoming vehement speech and discourse. You understand what I'm saying. And I think, as I began by saying, there is a general feel on campus that there are a lot of passionate independent communities that don't really interact and don't really exchange words. So I think campus climate is our largest issue as a campus and probably for this community as well. And I am trying to address it specifically through a town hall platform, where I want to create a town hall either quarterly or bi-quarterly, where students from all communities can submit issues and talk about them in a safe environment, and then my office will take real, tangible action to reflect the students' points of views in real advocacy and real policy.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.